long goodbye, my pillow. I did my best to the very end. Nissan, baby. Can't wait till I get you repainted. So this is the perfect damn spot to show Dutch crib. Y'all come your butts on back in here. I don't know what this about. Retouch on. I don't know what retouch means. Y'all good now? Okay. I don't. This motherfucker talking about retouch on. I don't know what all that is. I'm gonna put this on so y'all can see me good. So, can y'all hear me? All right, y'all hit that like button now, like they say. Thank y'all. So when you, so I'm finna turn it around right now. So that will be the entrance. So again, the way, so when I'm telling you the story, before they built the West Oaks Mall right here and all that stuff right here, before they built the West Oaks Mall right here and things, this thing was just open land. They purchased the land for the West Oaks Mall in 1994, y'all. So after purchasing the motherfucking land in 1994, before they did that, I was like 15, 16, 17. So this story gonna take place over about 3, 4 years. So you would come in from West Colonial over there. So you'll be driving down West Colonial, and right now you'll drive down West Colonial. You coming from Young Parkway, Pine Hills Road, and you'll turn right up into the West Oaks Mall next to the little Korean crab boil joint. So now, right before you get ready to turn up in the West Oaks Mall, there used to be uh, a road that led to Mr. Dutch house. So you would have to turn off the road. That road wasn't there. It was just like like a regular old motherfucking like dirt road with grass growing in between the tires and shit. But you'll have to turn off then. You'll have to drive all the way back. So now I'm in Mr. Dutch backyard. So from this angle here, and I'm just saying I'm in Mr. Dutch backyard. So I'm gonna turn the camera around so y'all can see this where this big ass lake pond thing at. That would be Mr. Dutch backyard, and it's directly across from the dealers. It's directly across from the dealers. So now y'all know y'all got a taste of it. So let me go ahead. They done built a little brick wall back there. Oh, cause they got apartment complex right there. Okay, so you had to. Yeah, okay. All right. So sitting right here, I could read the comments now. I was just talking about the lake. All right. When y'all listen to the story, I was old young cat. You know what I'm saying? 15, 16 years old. I'm, I'm trying to do whatever. So back in these days, when this area was just flat land, there wasn't no apartments, one mall, one here, nothing was here. All the people used to use this bitch as a fucking ground. You get out, you come from the club, you'll drive up here, it's a big ass land here. It wasn't no gate. And you'll come up in here and you park your car and you get it down. All the big heads, you see all the big boys, the dope boy, all the fine, sexy little girls that were fucking before they were 18, fucking the dope boy, they will come out here and, they'll park. They'll be parking everywhere. And you'll come up here, you'll see a car way down yonder, you'll see a car right here. You know when if you see the car, don't go to the bitch. You know what they out here doing, right? So it was cool. So Mr. Dutch had the only house sitting on the land because this is his family land. I don't know. My car just made a noise. I left the bitch crunk up. Let me turn this bitch off. Nissan baby, give me a second. I'll finish in a second. I don't need that motherfucker popping no gasket. Cause this the Nissan baby. Oh, it ain't running hot. Whoa. It ain't running hot. Well, I'm gonna turn the bitch off because I'm not in it. So so back to it. So again, let's flip it around. So now, Mr. Dutch house sat right here. Mr. Dutch house sat right here where this lake at. So this big ass property, Mr. Dutch house sat right there. How you doing? No, 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 no. I'm just on YouTube talking. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're so kind to an old man like me. Thank you so much. That was nice. That was nice. So listen, that was so sweet of that sister, right? But I'm finna tell you something. There are privileges in the being beautiful. I think I fall under the beautiful people category. It's so many. If I was old ugly Negro, that lady would have rolled past me like, God help his motherfucking soul. That bitch would have probably drove past and say, Good Lord, she probably would have shook her head and be like, that motherfucker too old for me to even ask for anything. God got him. But because I'm so damn good looking, y'all. Back to the story, y'all. Spirit told me I gotta become who I don't want to be, and I don't want to be no arrogant mofo, but that's what I need to be. Thank you, Spirit. But back to the story of Dutch. Oh, limp dick ass Dutch. So, now right out here in this area right here, uh, everybody used to park. So Dutch house sat right here where this water lake at, where this water pond at. And while it was sitting there, as you can see from the road, they done built the whole apartment complex all the way over there. So if the police was to turn off the side of the road, you had time, to put your clothes on, act like y'all just out here chilling, arguing, whatever, get out the car, throw away your weed, whatever. So so Dutch used to always walk up and catch motherfuckers doing something. Now Dutch used to come up and he would catch people doing stuff all the time. He never called the police on us, and we never knew why. He never called the police on nobody. He would just walk up there and he would argue here and there. And I think he was just really trying to get excited and see a little fine piece of booty or something. One of the black girls that were getting knocked off. He probably just wanted to look in the window and peek, because Dutch would walk up to that window and look at you. He wasn't no shame in his game. Yeah. He doesn't care. So, without going too much into the story, Dutch really did catch my sister, the one that just passed away, fucking Reggie dumbass. Now Reggie was old nigga in the neighborhood with a big old dick. Everybody knew Reggie had a dick on him. The boy had a pre-appeals. Everybody knew Reggie was Big Dick Reggie. That's what they call him, Big Dick Reggie. The fellas even called him hung low, hanging low. We had all kind of names for him and shit like that. But my sister was the one that was screwing Big Dick Reggie for a little bit. So her and Big Dick Reggie in the car out here fucking. Mr. Dutch go catch them fucking. Mr. Dutch used to work at Royal Plaza with my grandmama back in the day. So he knew grandma. So grandma had always told us about Dutch and the man that owned all the land over here at West Oaks Mall. So we knew it, but we were still gonna use his field. He never came out the house. He was an old man. We figured, old man West, some creepy old nigga that he can't run fast nothing. Well, My sister made the motherfucking mistake trying to get out of trouble and telling Dutch, you work with my grandmama at Royal Plaza out there, by Disney. So who your grandmama? A Gunju. Okay, damn. I'm gonna tell a Gunju you out here being managed, stuck in the fucking whoop whoop whoop. So then Reggie, old dumbass, gonna tell, hey, you need to hit that nigga off, man, suck a dick or something, cause Reggie didn't care about nothing. He just was fucking that bitch did Reggie. He was fucking everybody, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna sugarcoat. When my sister tell this story back in the day, she would have done it. She say, yeah, she would have gave the white man some. Let me go with this shit again. Just not for him to tell grandma, but lo and behold, he did. Dutch, you snitch, nigga. So Dutch said no to knocking on my sister, and he go back to Royal Plaza and he go talking to grandmama, told grandma what was going on. Grandma was finna put a blade on him and shit like that. So now grandma say, well, did you fuck her? Because grandma finna poke him. She had her hand on that knife. She, bitch, did you poke my granddaughter? He like, no, no. And he made the comment like he ain't had a dick hard in a minute, right? So fellas, pay attention to the spell in that story. So if you're having trouble getting your dick up, here's the dick hard spell. Here's a dick hard spell in that story. So subscribe to the motherfucking channel, fellas. Yeah. When I die, they gonna say my shit was legendary. But back to the story. So he had told grandmama that, you know, he ain't been blowed since Snickers was a nickel and shit. And he was like, he just want to feel excitement. So grandma was like, okay, I'm gonna come out there and see you and I'm gonna help you. So he like, what? So grandma and him were cool. So this is just how grandma telling the story. I wasn't around when she was talking to him at this point at the job, but everybody still make fun of my sister and grandma because of Dutch. So grandma came out to the house now. Again, I ain't gonna go too much into it because I give it away and y'all won't go watch the motherfucking, and it is what it is. So grandma come out there, she do the ritualistic to get the man shit hard. So Dutch around here at Royal Plaza laying cocking all them white holes. He fucking all of them. I mean, he ain't sparing no rod with them, black, white. Hell, he even messing with grandma, telling grandma he'll give her a shot of meat because grandma feeling on his penis and shit at the job. Back in the day, human resource wasn't important back then to the human resource wasn't. They didn't care. You can get away with this shit. This is about this is about 15 years ago. So so grandma went and did the ritual. So Dutch sitting up there getting his shit on. Dutch going on dates now. He so Dutch say, hey, Gunju, let your boy watch my dog, cause he loved that dog he had in the house, and I used to come and watch the dog. So while I'm watching the dog, I'm looking at all the people still screw on his property. I ain't saying nothing. It ain't my business. I'm just sitting there looking out the window, and I'm trying to wait for Renata to get her ass over to the house so I can try to screw her. Keep in mind, I'm like 16 at the time, close to 17. I ain't have my nuts cracked yet. I ain't get my shit cracked till my 18th birthday. G shit. So I ain't ashamed to say I was a virgin till I was 18. So I'm sitting up there trying to get Renata to come over there so I could bang her down, right? Because Dutch gave me the house, he gave me the land, and we could be doing it. If he pull up in his other car, I can see him. But she would come over there, it took her about a year to start coming over there. She would catch the bus, and I would have to drive Dutch, the car that grandma blessed up. I have to drive that car a little bit up there to the, I have to drive it to the road, and I pick her up in the car, but I ain't know how to drive. So I put it in reverse, so I just drive one way straight and then drive back. So when I do that, I park it right back like he said, and we chilling and hanging out, having fun. That type of thing. Well, she never really hit me off or did anything, got nothing brewing. Boom. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now, here's the messed up part about it. So after about a year doing this, Dutch was paying me. Grandma never cool. Grandma never got on him. So Dutch paying me. So then Dutch started slowing down. His fuck energy started slowing down, people. And it is what it is. And I know I'm talking like I talk, but I don't care. I don't care. These lives gonna be on Patreon, and this is how we gonna really get it down. So anybody get offended, y'all gonna have to pay to be offended next time. But still. So, Dutch had started slowing down because after grandma had did the little dick hard spell on him, he had all the energy. He was fucking 9,000. 3 years, that man fucked a lot of people, a lot of them white hoes at Royal Plaza out that way. So I told him, I say, because so Renata had came to the house out there with me and Dutch. And I say, Dutch finna come home. I say, old man, Dutch finna come home. I say, I'll drive you to the thing. I got to back the car, wait at the bus stop. Then I'll walk to the bus stop, meet you, and we'll get on the bus together and come on and ride back to the beam. So Dutch, smarter than motherfucking me ass nigga, he gonna sit his ass up there and see her, and he like, that's your girl? I say, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. He say, did you hit her? I say, not yet. He say, why not? I say, she don't want to, and he like, you ever had your nuts cracked? I say, no, sir. He say, what? He said, well, I'm never gonna be here, so you got the house. You need to bring her on home so you can do what you want to do and do everything you need to do. So I'm telling Mr. Dutch, okay, you cool with me? Yeah, we can do that, Mr. Dutch. So, boom, Mr. Dutch done gave me the green light to smash your girl in his crib. But then there was one problem. I told Mr. Dutch I don't know how to drive. And he was like, put her in the car, take her out there to the pasture and fuck her there and, do what all you little black kids do over here. And he was old Florida cracker. So old Florida cracker, they'll call you niggas and shit, but they don't really mean it. It's just the way they grown up and they ain't no racist bone in their body. It's just like when we talk here in the South. So that's why I can't understand why everybody gets so offended over shit. Here in the South, you gotta have a thick skin. You'll know if a bitch in the cursing you out. You'll know if they put that hard R on it or if they just being disrespectful. So, he was like all the little nigger kids do out there in the field. I say, well, okay, cool. I say, but I don't know how to drive. And that's when Dutch really got wild. So what grandma did to the car, he put me in the car and he was teaching me how to drive. And now you had to drive around his property all the time. Every time I was with him, he'd put me in the car, make me drive around his property. So now that make me tear up a little bit because Mr. Dutch did pass away, and I was dealing with him around by the time he passed away. But he'll make me drive around this whole goddamn mall before they even built this bitch up like that. And Mr. Dutch had a stroke, Mr. Dutch had a stroke and things of that nature, and he couldn't move. But because I used to come over here and I was chilling with him, so I used to, put him in the car and I'd tell him, about the first time I fucked, and I was telling about all the chicks I was screwing around with, and this one he'll find, this one he'll find. Because keep in mind, he he only had 3 years to fuck. He only had 3 years of dick hard energy from what for ritual grandma did to him, and he made it last. But that ritual made that bitch stroke out, y'all, because he was fucking too hard. Now this is a cautionary tale that brothers, just because you got that meat, just because you can hang and you can fuck your ass off, don't think that fucking all these motherfucking women and shit ain't gonna fucking tear your heart down, your brain down. That shit'll fuck you up, especially if you got one that could take that meat, that could take the pace and take that hit, bitch, you'll be fucking her forever. Your heart been done stopped and that bitch still skeeting and coming. So be cautious, brother. That's what this story is about. But back to the story. So so Dutch Dutch was just sitting up there, so I put Dutch in the car because he had a stroke. I don't know if it's a brain stroke or a heart attack, but one side of his body was kind of paralyzed, so I don't know the difference. And so I pick him up and put him in the car because I was always a husky little fella. So I pick him up, put him in the car, and we never left the property. We just drove around this whole West Oaks Mall property, and I'd just be telling him stories, and I'd be making him laugh, and he'll just be enjoying himself. And he always said nice stuff to me, man. He just was a good old Florida cracker, man. I mean, you don't meet people like you don't meet genuine white folk like him no more. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Not a racist bone in his body, but he's not a nice man. He just a stern man about his business, and I really miss Dutch. I really miss him. I ain't gonna even sugarcoat you. He meant something to me. That man taught me how to drive and everything. But yeah, so as I'm driving him around, and I had drove him around for like a month, I was coming out here. It wasn't about watching the dogs or nothing. It was just me catching the city bus just to spend time with him. And I know I had liked him, so I spent time with him and talk trash to him, keep him update what's going on in the hood, and tell him little stories about the chicks at the club and the little fine hoes and all this shit right here. So when Senor Dutch died, his family, they found him in the house dead. I was supposed to come over there, but I told grandmama, the police at Dutch house, let's go over there. So me and grandma went over there. The family was like, oh, you tight? And like, yeah, I'm tight. And they said, well, we want to give you Dutch car. Dutch was saying he wants you to have his car and all that stuff in the wheel. And grandma said, no. My son don't need that car. He don't want that car. Keep that motherfucking car. So I'm looking at grandma like, it's a whole motherfucking car. It's a Nova. It's an old Nova too, boy. That's an antique. She said no. So, a couple years passed. They left the car on the property. They left the house on the property. That lake right back there. The house stood there. The car stood there abandoned. Everybody still coming to the field to fucking everything. So then, now I'm in the field and I'm fucking. Need Med Center. I don't know what that is. New England Med Center. I don't know what that is. So now I'm driving to the damn grassy plain, and I'm sitting up there hanging cock up in the chicks, whoever I'm hanging cock up in, right in the grass. But now I got me a '97 Ford Escort, baby. It's a little small. The seat wasn't that big in the back, but you let the front seat down. You can make something happen. Just don't go too hard because you're gonna break the seat back and shit. The seat belt would always catch my neck though, but that didn't stop me. I was still screwing. Got neck burn and shit. Had a whole neck burn from the seat belt. That ain't stopped. So so I'm in the field and I'm hanging 10 up in old rah rah, bah bah bah. Yeah, boy. Making noises and everything. So I look up and I see a face of a old white dude. Now I done been around spooky shit my whole life. So I'm like, okay then, what's going on with this right here? So I'm like, okay, well maybe that's just a spirit of Dutch, watching his boy test some ass up, so it ain't stopped me. I ain't tell nobody, I'm in the car with Mentor now. I ain't tell nobody, I seen the little apparition of the ghost. I'm still fucking, cause that's when you're 20. Only thing you care about is catching the nut. And so I understand the youngsters here today. So I'm still stroking that motherfucker like ain't nothing. Ghost and all, bitch. I don't care if you got. I don't care if you watching my real life. Why the fuck I'm gonna care if a ghost watch me, bitch? Enjoy. Teach me something. If you download a motherfucking move that I ain't seen in 1,000 years, bitch, let me put the stroke on somebody like that, baby. So I ain't stopped when I seen the little apparition stand into the window. But I lift my head up, you know, and I seen him walking around to every car. The ghost walking around to every car, staying in the window. And every car was spaced out. It wasn't like we were directly beside each other. They was about 50 yards, 50 yards, 10 yards separate. So I see the little ghost looking in there. Then he turn around and walk back to his house. I ain't say nothing to nobody. I ain't trip. So I'm out there with Rah Rah again. And something just didn't feel right. So, I got a little eerie, after about going out there about 2, 3 times. No. I wasn't with Rah Rah that time. I was fucking with the chick out of Claremont. That's up the road a little bit. I told her, meet me at the field. I say, park your car over there by the Publix and meet me in the field and I'll pick you up in my car. I ain't want her to get away. I ain't want her to, ruin the mood and then she get in her shit and roll. You with me, baby. If I offend you, then let's just do this shit and never talk again. That was old code back in the day. Nigga, let's just fucking, we ain't got to speak to nobody. You here, I'm here. We wasted time. Let's do it. That was a whole game. So I picked her up, took her to the field and all that shit there. And we around there doing what we got to do. We finna get around her and we finna do what we got to do. And I'm banging her ass out like it ain't nothing. And all of a sudden, it just didn't feel right. The energy just didn't feel right, you know. Ugh. So, she got spooked out and shit. So I took her to the crib, took her home, boom. So then I said, you know what, I'm finna go check this shit out again. I'm finna go check it out again. So I went out here to this property alone, parked the car. And when I parked the car, I just left the engine and the lights on and things like that. So I'm finna walk away from the motherfucking thing. And I guess I'm finna get in the car, but I'm gonna be driving around the thing so you can see what I'm talking about, how big the West Oaks Mall is. They got the tax collector place over there now. So I drive out there, and there was this big ass tree, right? There was this big ass tree. So I leave the car parked, with the lights on, like we normally do. The what you call them lights up here? The ceiling lights. So I leave the ceiling lights on, and I go and stand behind the tree, and I'm just standing there. Wasn't nobody in the car. It just was the car by itself. And sure enough, I see a little hair, little staticky looking Bigfoot fella walk into the car. It wasn't. It was just like you could tell it was an apparition, but it wasn't like a man corporeal. It was like static, but you couldn't really make it out. But you could make it out like you watching a fucked up TV. So I see him walk up there to the car, and I see him look in the car, and I'm standing behind the tree where he can't see me, cause I'm good enough distance from the car, and I'm like, whoa, whoa. So I go and tell grandmama, hey grandmama, Dutch spirit fucking with us while we out there fucking. I say the bitch came to the car and saw me. I ain't. She say, did you get up off the girl? I no. I say why? I say ghosts can't kill you. I say they make you kill yourself, right? She said yeah. I say so why the fuck? I say I'm not stopping. I say if I'm gonna die, God gonna see I die happy. So we start laughing and shit. So she like, okay, so me and grandma decided to go back out there, and grandma wanted to release his soul because grandma had trapped him on that ground with that spell. She trapped all his masculine energy there. So when he died, his fuck energy is still on this property at the Florida Mall. Now, without going into too much, because that's spell work time from the story, and I'm leaving you on the cliffhanger. Grandma released Dutch from this bitch, man. But to this day, even with the mall and the cameras, you'll still come out here like 2, 3 day in the morning, see 2 or 3 cars parked, and people still be fucking in their cars. Because we got the perfect spot. We can see when the police come. We can see where the lights. You can always change. People still be fucking on this thing. And then this mall is finna be abandoned very much soon because they redoing all the malls, and this mall is dying. It's just a movie theater here. And they done start putting Caribbean motherfucking cafes in this bitch. When you walk in the mall and everything smell like curry and motherfucking ass, trust me, that mall is dead. Because that be the people trying to, and although they got good food, they just trying to make, and they just selling the little people the little spots to get a little money before they close these bitches down. But yeah, grandma did what she did and released Dutch from this bitch, man. And but to this day, all this property, people still fuck on it. I ain't never come back out here. I'm scared of going to jail. Police see me fucking. I'm a predator man. So I ain't adventurous to be fucking outside. In my youth I could, but at 46, I got a whole motherfucking house. You bring your ass there, or we gonna get this hotel, baby. Hold on, let me put this phone back up here, y'all. But yeah, so that's how that shit was. So now y'all know how it was. So I'm finna let me crank this bitch up, cause baby. Y'all see how the Nissan start right up? That motherfucker. I make sure the Nissan run, baby. That bitch, you just hit the button. Yeah, just do it. I ain't gonna do it outside. Miss Harden. I ain't doing it outside. But yeah, so you'll still see people come out here and fuck when they get out of the club. The young kids, they still fuck. So I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I think the spirit of Dutch still here. I think the spirit of Dutch still at this park, man. I mean, at this damn West Coast Mall, because this mall has been synonymous. If you go on the people data bank and realize how many people got caught fucking at West Coast Mall, it's more than getting caught fucking in parks in Florida, in Orlando, and Winter Garden. They come here, congregate here to fuck. This is the fuck ground. You got a limp dick, bring your ass out here to the West Coast Mall, have one of your old ladies, your friend girl, whatever, suck on that bitch. I bet it stand up. Just call on Dutch. Say, Dutch, get me right, nigga. Dutch gonna come out here and take over your body and fuck that girl for you. That's Dutch, baby. The Dutch man. You know you heard about the Flying Dutch man, SpongeBob. I think SpongeBob stole it from Dutch ass. Dutch was a hanging Dutch man. Because he was hanging dick in them bitch for 3 years. He had a legendary penis. But yeah, that's the story. So the story, I'm graphic with my shit because I got to be who I got to be, y'all. And these type of talks will be on my Patreon. So y'all go check it out and see the subscription and all that shit there on y'all. But yeah, that story 100% true. I love Dutch, man. Dutch taught me how to drive and shit. Dutch told me to go and crack Renata ass up, and he died. Grandma had to release his soul, but I think he's still here. But I tell you, Grandma did not want me to get the car she did the spell with, that she did the spell in. She said no, because I think Grandma knew that shit would have amped my sexual energy up so high, and then I would have burnt that early. I would have had that car probably fucking them hoes all in this car up and down this bit, and by the time I'm this age, I ain't healthy and can go for hours no more. Bitch, I'm taking Cialis and Tadalagil to get my shit right so I can rock. No, Grandma said no. And maybe she did a spell that made him super sexually potent for the time being, and that's what she did. And he stroked out instead of paced himself. I would have had 400 kids. I bet I would have too. Did you ever make the GoFundMe for Sean? No, man, Sean. I say, Sean, you want me to give you some money, man? He like, the universe give me what I want. He say, okay, I'll take $20 from you. Just 20, no more, no less. So I shot him $20 one day. Let Sean live, man. You say, Breezer, every time you hear me talk, me and your dad get along. I get along with everybody too. I would like to meet your pops. It's gonna be another one once the show airs. I like his song. I put his song at the end of all my videos. Everybody, I was trying to make y'all laugh, but that song be jamming. I like that little portion of that song he sang. I love that shit. I be walking around the house singing it. Remember that God is love. Remember that God is love. They be jamming. But everybody, that's my story about the West Oaks Mall. It's more creepy shit done happened out here, but that was the main one about Dutch. Slim Clark, appreciate you. Here's 5 1. Okay, appreciate it. I sure enough make sure you get it. But yeah. West Oaks Mall. So I'm finna try to flip the camera around again so y'all can see me drive up out of this piece. Let me flip it again so y'all could ride with me. Ride with me. Let me see if I turn the bitch sideways, will that help? I'll say orientation lock, rotate device back. Okay, there you go. You ain't got to tell me twice, car. Holy shit. Now the little thing falling off this cheap ass China shit made motherfuckers. Oh wow. It is what it is. Fuck it. So y'all can see as I drive. So we finna go out the back way, y'all. So we going out the back way. So all that property over there was Mr. Dutch property and shit. So the West Oaks Mall is big as fuck. It's a whole apartment complex on the other side of this little lake thing, this little river canal. I don't know if you can see the houses and stuff. But so when I was with him, his house was over there. We used to drive all around this motherfucker, man. I mean, so I drive him, man, like 4 hours a day. I'm driving him around, just laughing with him, telling him about the chicks I'm gonna fuck and the chicks I want to lay with, and he just living it up through my stories, man. He just enjoying his life, and that was a good thing. I miss that old man, y'all. Y'all just don't know I miss that old man. Old man was good. He just was a Florida cracker. Just knew how to have fun. Redneckish as all hell. No, not a racist bone in his body, but he didn't spare the radio if he gonna talk shit to you. He would tell you about your motherfucking ass. He gonna tell you about your ass, and he don't care. He like all the other little nigger children. Man, what? And you know he ain't come from a bad place. That's just the way he was raised. But yeah, he snitched on my sister, and grandma did a spell helping fuck, and he stroked the fuck out. So now we finna get back here on Clark Road. So decide where Clark Road at. This is where you come out on the other side. You got Colonial, so this is basically like a straight shot through. You got Colonial, and then it ends in Clark. And Clark is just a little small little road where this shit at right here. But yeah, that's how the shit was, man. I miss him. And when y'all hear the story, I mean, I want y'all to really hear the story, people, because it was a good story. I know I paint everybody in the stories to be authentically who they are, who they were. I don't throw no punches, whether dead or alive. And I put my sister in this story, and she passed. And yeah, she was fucking big dick Reggie. She was. Everybody knew it. They used to come out here and park and fuck. I happened to see him doing it because I used to be in the house watching Dutch House when they pulled it out. So that's how I knew the story was true. So when my sister and them were telling on each other, I snitched out. Yeah, you was there. I saw you. Dutch ain't lying. She ain't lying, Grandma. She was there. Because I was in the house looking out, watching. I seen Reggie in the car jumping up and down on her motherfucking ass. Ah! Y'all probably think I'm the craziest mofo on this planet, man. I'm just real. I'm just real, y'all. But everybody, I just had to give you guys that since the story didn't air at 2 like it's supposed to. Uh, so again, I do apologize for all what the haters on YouTube did to us. They took away the stuff and they made it slow it down, or they demonetizing me and shit, making me jump through hoops. But again, it's on Patreon, and we can really show out on there. So this will probably be the last video I make with all the cursing and the jokes in it. I have to be pretty stern and nice if I want to keep the YouTube channel. But all the lives that I do from now on, when you purchase that, you get that straight. You get that content. You get live notifications. Y'all even get me going to the sites. And because again, talking to a couple other people, they were like, man, you giving too much for nobody not to be sharing and subscribing, and then the bitch reporting you. They said, give them the story, and if they like it, they'll buy it. And then if you're gonna go to the site, and take them chances of walking in a homeless shelter, going in abandoned houses, standing in front of the motherfucker's yard, pointing and shit, having bitch come out there, because this is Florida, with shotguns, saying, nigga, what the fuck you doing in my yard? They say, make that kind of exclusive content. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, I can go, y'all. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, my man. My main peeps. But yeah, so everybody, I'm finna put this bitch up because I see the rain drizzling, and I'm real safe over here. I am in a rough neighborhood where bitches jump out running from the police. So I ain't finna smash up the Nissan. If I was in the BMW, I can deal, but the Nissan, my baby. So I guess I'll yak with y'all tonight after the story premieres on YouTube. We'll yak tonight. I promise I'll go live tonight when it premieres, and we'll do some Q&A. But until then, I'm tight telling you guys sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction, but it's the truth, no doubt. Take care. God bless. Much love. And I'll see you tonight. Y'all be good. Oh, shit. Before I go. God damn it. I want to know what? I'll show y'all tonight. It's right here. I'll show y'all that. Y'all be good.